Good morning, my name is Jackie. Today, the technology that we're going to implement into training is our AFMIS system. But instead of using the normal AFMIS system that we actually use live in our facilities, it's just going to be a training system. That way, as soldiers learn to navigate the system, if they mess it up, it doesn't actually mess up the facility system itself. So we're going to do production schedules, for instance. So in order to have the meal, first we have to create the production schedule. So on our main screen for AFMIS, when we log in, over here, depending on what you have access to, you'll click on this drop-down box and it'll name the facility. But then to do production schedules, we're going to go over here and we're going to click on the production schedule menu. Once we click on that, it'll bring this up. Especially if the production schedule has already been done. And then you'll end up clicking on the dates that you want to look at. The date has to be the current date or later. You can't actually go look at something that was already has already passed in this particular section. So once you click on that date, these production schedules, for instance, have been completed already. They've been created anyway. And then what we call our kitchen requisition that accounts for all of the rations that were used has also been generated for these particular meals. Now, if we want to edit the production schedules or view these production schedules, we click on the little pencil right here, and that is how we would edit it. And clicking on this little magnifying glass is how we would view it. So clicking on the edit, it will lead you to this screen right here. And in this screen, you can input the recipe numbers, you input special instructions, you can create additional production schedules. And then part of the key to keeping them in line and understanding this, it took us a while to figure this out when the system first started doing this, is ensuring that the course numbers match the order that you want to put the production schedule in. So we generally put, for like a lunch production schedule, we put soups first, and then we put meats and starches and vegetables. So we had to make sure our course numbers match, and then we can input a sequence number if we need to change it. Over on the right here, you'll see portions, and that is where you input the amount of portions that you want to cook for each particular item on the menu. And then the time is the prep time, so what time you're going to actually start cooking it. This tells you how much it costs per portion. This is important for the managers to understand how much their meal is going to cost, because we can't spend more than we make. So for instance, it says down here, you'll see meal BDFA, and that's the basic daily food allowance that a facility receives per person for this particular meal. And in this case, it's projected to cost about $3 per plate, so they should make money off of this meal. And then in here's where you put any special instructions in that may be something outside of what the actual recipe is. So what you do from here, once you've created this, you can go and print the recipes. But first, we're going to look at something else. So we have what's called the recipe index, and this lists every recipe card number. So these ones in particular are just the meat recipes in the system. So any one of these, you can pull up a specific recipe card or search for a specific menu item, if that's what you're looking for. And then you can just click on search. There's a different key, search for the specific recipe that you're looking for. But what we really end up doing, and then as you search for the specific recipe, so sweet and sour pork, this is what the recipe cards look like. They give you the ingredients, the measurements, the weights, and then the instructions in order of how to actually prepare the item. This is important to use for our young soldiers as we're teaching them how to actually follow these recipe card numbers. So once you have the production schedule complete, you've printed your recipes. So you can go in here and then you can click print all of the recipes, and it will actually print this is what we call the extended recipe report. So this will actually print what you put on your production schedule. You don't have to go searching for recipes. It just prints what you already have. So looking over here, as you see print extended recipes, it's when you click this button that you get that recipe report. So the other thing you have to do is print your outside menu. So you post these on the outside of the door so diners can see what's on the menu and their nutrition information as they come in the door. So when you print that, it looks like this. So your outside menu report gives you your meal, your serving time, your menu items, your serving sizes, your portion sizes, how many calories, the fats, the sodium, and some of them will give you the rest of it too, your carbohydrates and your saturated fat and your fiber, your sugars. And then off of here also for inside, you have to print your what we call our Gopher Green calorie labels. So these Gopher Green calorie labels allow soldiers to see what their macros for what they are choosing to eat is, your carbs, your proteins, your fats, and your calories per serving for each menu item. And for us, for Gopher Green, which is our nutrition program, this is very important. So then we print our outside menus, and then this is what our production schedule ends up looking like. So the intent behind adding this to our training is being able to add in a training system, not just, this is pulled from the actual AFMIS system, but add a training system to where we can go line by line and teach soldiers how to do this. I thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.